Hey, going folk, welcome back. We are poised for another $50 hunt, but unfortunately, yet again, we will not be hunting for boxes because one picked up my house this week, and this box had already been gone through. Apparently, and they were supposed to be ordering me a box of quarters as well. Apparently, some guy came in who had also ordered a box of quarters and told him that he had ordered multiples, so they gave him that. And then apparently he swapped out some quarters for a box of halves that he did not order and then brought them back to the same bank. So, if this sounds like something you were up to this past week, lay off my boxes. But she said they're going to try to keep a little better tabs on things next week. Just got to get the communication down with the new bank staff. So hopefully we at least got, yeah, there we go. We got a box to hunt. Lots circulated, all circulated really. I'm not seeing any newer enders on that one. No silver, unfortunately, but that mean it ain't inside somewhere hiding. Another pretty circulated box. Few newer enders, but nothing super crazy. So we'll take that as well. And then lastly, we have 3. You do. How about that? 3 box hunt. Ready to roll. I will go through and I'll weigh those rolls. I'm not going to go through those customer wrapped ones, but just in case something crazy stands out. But otherwise, we're going to jump into these 3 and see what we can find. So let's go. I don't think I'm going to bother flipping, looking for enders or weigh these. I'm just going to jump in after I get through that box of customer wraps. So hopefully I'll be back fairly quickly. Very first roll out of box 1. Got our first NIFC, 2003 out of Philly. So we got that out of the way quick. And the rest of them will just stack up and cover a recap. So let's keep on moving. Back on roll 16 here, box 1. I was watching a little live coin Q&A. Welcome back, people. We missed you. Glad to have you back. So I missed it by the edge, but we got ourselves a little proof. 2003. Fairly decent shape for being out there floating around. So we'll gladly take that. Been finding a fair amount of proofs here recently for whatever reason, but I will happily take them. So on we go. Well, finished up first half of box 1 here. Just a couple more NIFCs along the way. Both have seen some better days, but we got a 2010 out of Denver, 2020 out of Philly, and that's it. So we will move on to the second half. I did forget to mention though up front, we're guaranteed a little bit of silver this week, but I'll throw a little clip in on that later. But for now, let's just keep hunting the box, see how it goes. Back on roll 42 here. We got another proof that we missed by the edge. Not quite as thick as most proofs that you find. Didn't stand out quite as much, but it is in really good shape for a 72. Definitely has not been in circulation for all that long. So we'll gladly take that. Keep on finding these proofs. Be nice to find a little silver, but we'll take what we can get and we will keep on moving. Well, wrapped up box 1 here. Just a couple more NIFCs. 2003 out of Philly and a 2003 out of Denver. So we got a little set there, and we are going to set up and move on to box number 2 because box number 1 didn't give us what we were looking for. So let's go find it. Working through roll 10 of box 2 here. We got our first find for the hunt, or first find for this box, I guess. Let's see if you can spot it. A giant misplaced hole. So we're keeping up our streak. Find some whole coins. 74. Not a Denver, so we don't have to worry about a damaged DDO. Because that, I guess, as far as it depicting life, it might be a little better placement for the hole. But Not where we usually see them. But anyways, we're going to keep on moving through the hunt. And hopefully find something more interesting than this. But only one way to find out. Well, wrapped up our first half of box 2 here. Unfortunately, not a whole lot happening. So we hinted at a little silver earlier. So I figured this is like a little intermission. So I think I'm going to throw you over there real quick. And then after that, we'll be back for the second half of this box that hopefully gets a lot better. So we finally got back to that bank that I gotten some halves from a while ago. They had $14 in loose halves, all of which have nothing in them, unfortunately. Not even NIC, but then they had these, whoa, it's supposed to be 7 rolls. I didn't even realize until I got home, but this roll here is like considerably short. So, once again, on the little $50 exchange at the bank, I think we're going to lose out, but maybe we'll make up with a little piece of silver. The last time we were there, we went through 10 rolls and only found 140, so not exactly expecting much, if anything. Ooh. First roll, how about that? We got ourselves a 40. Totally didn't see it by the edge. Yep, that's it. But it's 1. Let's see, was the roll short? Oh yeah, the roll was short by two whole coins, but we'd have made up for it with a little piece of silver. That's good. Hopefully we got some more in here. Man, you could tell these have been sitting in rolls forever. The edges are real dusty and everything. Oh shoot, I'm getting stuff mixed up now. Which way did I put the... I don't want to go back through the same things again. Oops, sorry, gave the camera a little whack there. Don't think there's anything in there. There's not. Didn't hear anything there. Not seeing anything there. Man, I keep smacking the camera. Two rolls to go. Might we find another? Didn't sound like anything. Nope. One last shot. And it's looking like nothing. Yep. Well, just like last time. One little piece of silver. We'll take it though. It's free silver. And that's my favorite kind. So I will run back through these leftovers here. Kind of take a peek at them. I already looked at the ones that were loose. But at least we got something out of a bunch. Made it worth the stop. It's kind of on my way to one of my normal dump banks anyway. So I'll be right back if I find anything. And if not, then this will be the end of this bit. So let's go see how it ends up, I guess. Back on roll 32 here. And we got ourselves a 1979 Philly with a little cut up, or not cut, a little clip up there on top, which is pretty sweet. And even better, is over on this side, we got another clip. By far the nicest double clip I've ever found in a box. Pretty decent sized one. On the right hand side there, and you can kind of see the weakness over here on the left hand, the kind of opposing side, the left hand side. It shows up even better on the back, how it's kind of real soft as it opposes that clip. And you can even see on the bottom down here, you can see the other side of that clip and how it's kind of weaker up here on top. So that's a pretty cool little find. I've only found one other double clip and it was not nearly this nice, so we'll gladly take that. We're going to keep on moving through the box and hopefully find some more cool stuff like this. And hopefully I won't drop any of them. Alright, let's go. Well, just wrapped up box 2 here. Unfortunately, nothing too exciting along the way, but about to see some exciting stuff. Watching halftime over here. Title says it all. This should be a fun video. Just getting ready to get it started. Hopefully it'll inspire box number 3, because so far it's been a little slow. So, let's go. Well, unfortunately our box has not been inspired, but we do have our first find all the way on roll 17 of the box. We have first NIFC 2014 out of Philly. And that's all we've run into so far, so we're going to keep on plugging and hope for some more. Well, some more finds. Not necessarily more than NIFCs, but, you know, we'll take what we can get. Well, the boxes have remained chilly. We are through the first half of box number 3 here, and we unfortunately had nothing else to show for it, so we'll move on to the last half of the box. Keep our fingers crossed. Let's go. Back on roll 30 here, and we actually have a proof. I know it doesn't look much like one, but it is. I missed it completely by the edge. Wasn't a shocker. About missed it laying down, but just the right angles you can catch a glimmer in them fields. But she beat up, and she's actually, I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually bent as well. Almost looks like somebody was trying to do something with it, like, because it almost looks like it's kind of concave, like there was pressure put right in the middle, kind of bent it up, but doesn't really show very well. But that's how it feels in hand anyways. But anyways, we'll take it and we will keep on moving through the box. Well, we're coming down to the wire. We did get paid off finally. I already peaked because we've had a fair amount of dirty coins in these rolls and no silver until now. We finally got one. Roll number 40 of box 3. Roll number, 140 overall? So we were getting pretty light on our pickings, but we finally found a little piece of silver. Well, I guess besides that little clip we put in earlier from the little bank pickup, but we will take it. Saving the hunt. Who knows? We might even have another in there. I doubt it though. But I will gladly take this one. So let's go finish up. Back on roll 44 here. Another 79 to take a look at. I was thinking at first it was just damage looking at the edge, but you can kind of see that little piece of metal that's kind of coming off the rim into the L there. It's kind of got the shape of a rim burr on it. So I was kind of throwing it under the scope to try to take a look at it. We'll see if we can make sense of it. But you can kind of see how that little piece, if I can find my area of focus right there, kind of comes to like a little point. And that's usually what a rim burr will look like for the most part. So I was flipping over to the side, if I can hold it right here. So that part there is kind of up, is where that L is, up towards the top there. And then if you follow it down, the rim is just all kinds of weird looking. Like it looks like it's almost like it's cracked. And then you can also see how like the layering is split between, there's like multiple parts where there's like copper. If you can kind of see what I'm looking at, how it's kind of alternating between the copper and the nickel. And then if you go down to the part of the rim where it's not split like that, it's kind of all together. So I don't really understand what's happening here. But and then you could also see kind of on the top end of that anomaly, I guess, how the reading isn't really struck up as well. So I don't really know. I kind of feels like maybe it was something similar to a rim bird, but it's different. So I don't really know. Maybe it's just one that never really kind of got completely folded over, if that makes sense. But Shannon, if you're out there, you're the air expert, so we need you to chime in and let us know what we're looking at here. But it's still cool either way. I'm definitely gonna hold on to it and try to figure out a little more about it. But just figured I would stop and share. And for now, we're gonna get back to it and finish up what 6 rolls to go. And we'll be back for a little recap if we don't stop in between. So we wrapped up our hunt here of 3 boxes plus a little bit more out of some rolled stuff. We ended up with 3 more NFCs along the way. Giving us a total of 9 for the hunt. We had our 3 proofs. One fairly rough one and a couple nicer ones. We had our kind of different finds down here. We had the historically accurate hold coin. We had our 79s. One with a double clip was pretty sweet. And that one with that little rim action going on that I'm not exactly sure of yet. I want to say it's similar to a rim bird, but different because it didn't really complete, if you know what I mean. It just kind of snipped the edge and kind of cracked it. But anyways, we'll decide on that a little bit later. We also had our 2 little pieces of silver, which is always nice. Always nice. Feed the mug a little bit. But anyways, I think this guy here is my favorite of the hunt. But we also like a little silver, of course. But anyways, folks, that's it on this one. And I'm not sure what will be next, but hopefully I will see you over there. So thanks for stopping in, and peace.